Hey guys, today we are doing a get ready with me as you get to know me. You know, I wanted to take it to the bathroom, do a little Vogue style, you know what I'm saying? We're about to get started, so welcome. So as you can see, I'm already moisturized. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I like to use this before I do makeup because it doesn't leave my skin too dewy. Which I like. If I'm wearing no makeup, I like a more dewy moisturizer, but for under makeup, this is my go-to. And of course, Laneige sleeping mask on the lips. So I'm gonna be doing skin prep and we'll just talk about what this channel is about. So basically, I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. Like years ago, I would make videos, I would post it and then private it. And I was just so preoccupied with what people would think or being perceived. That fear of being perceived would really just literally hold me hostage. Now I'm like, girl, you a grown woman. You pay your own bills. You don't have to answer to nobody. Why do you care about what random people that you don't even personally know care or say or whatever? It's like, girl, you a grown woman. You need to get that together. So guys, I almost forgot to put on my eye mask and I desperately need it. I've been using the faded eye mask. Wait, do you guys do your eye mask this way? Or you put the little thing in the inner corner? I like the thick part in the corner because I feel like you get more coverage that way. But I mean, there is no right or wrong way to do things, you know? I mean, yes, there is, but whatever. So I'm gonna let this simmer a little bit. Okay, so while Miss Girl is doing her thing, I'll talk a little bit more about the type of content, what we can expect. I grew up around all of that beauty, makeup, skincare kind of stuff. So naturally, that is ingrained in me and who I am. That is even a part of my whole career that I've had in beauty marketing, which I will talk about a little bit more about that as well. So you can expect some beauty content here. I also am I'm a Pisces, so I love to talk about relationships and human connections and why do we do the things that we do, and just talk about life, talk about society, whatever. So I'll definitely have life content as well. I've been up and around the place, so I have little tips and tricks and lessons and blessings that I can share that from stuff I've been through as well. So really, it's just gonna be everything that I am and the things that I'm interested in. I have a lot of interesting life events that are coming up that I want to be able to document and share it with you guys as well. And if there's anything that is useful to you that you can learn from, you know, that's a win for me. So I think I'm done with these. I'm gonna slip them off. Okay, so you guys saw the before. Let's take it off for the after. Is it giving? Let me know, y'all, because I've tried a couple products now and I usually just give up. But let me know, because I have faith in topicals. They're Black owned, young founder. She knows what she's doing, so I believe in the brand. So let me know what y'all think. Okay, so yeah, back to my career. I went to school. I went to UCF in Orlando. Shout out my Knights. I started as psychology because, like I said, I really love human behavior and figuring all that stuff out. And I took a research internship, whatever, and I'm like, this is so boring. So no, I ended up switching to marketing. I did my research and I'm like, well, I love beauty, so why don't I just find a marketing career in beauty? And that's what I ended up doing. So when I graduated from school, I was jobless for a minute because it took me a minute to find what I wanted that was so niche. Most of your beauty brands are going to be in your New York, LA. I was in South Florida and this was what, 6 years ago or so. So now it's a little bit better where there are more brands popping up, but at the time, girl, it was nothing. So I didn't have many options, right? So I was just applying for jobs. I graduated in August. I didn't get hired until October. So in those months, girl, I was going through it. I was oh, should I go back to school? What do I need to do? All of that. So I understand all of that post-grad stress, for any of you recent grads that are, you know, you just got out of school or you're about to and you don't have anything lined up. Everybody around you is announcing their cool new positions and whatever, and you just sitting there like, it'll all work out. So yeah, from there I got my first job in beauty. It was at a brand called Palladio Beauty. At that job, I did literally a little bit of everything in marketing. I was naming products, I was doing the digital marketing, I was running ads, I was creating the emails. It really exposed me to a lot of different things that I wouldn't have been able to do had I started at like a much bigger company. So I'm super grateful for that job. I even got to travel a bit in that job, so I think it's still one of my favorite jobs to date. It was a huge stepping stone for me that really set me up to build my career. Well, anyway, after that job I moved to California by myself at 23. I packed up my stuff, I got a job over there, and I worked at DHC, which was a skincare brand, and I learned a lot there as well. From there I moved to LA, where I worked at NYX Cosmetics for a little bit. And if you guys want to hear more about that, I can give you some information on that. But yeah, and then I went to Scentbird, which is a scent subscription company, and then now I'm at my current job and I make 6 figures. So I do email marketing, CRM, which is basically like customer relationship management. It's a viable career option if somebody is interested in beauty, you like marketing. Don't think you only have to go in tech to make money, because there are other avenues, and we can make more videos about that if you want. I do really like my job. I didn't think it would something that would be like an option for me growing up, especially in a Caribbean household, which yeah, I am an immigrant. I came with my family from Jamaica. Pretty much your only options are nurse, lawyer, doctor. And I was like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I'm not interested in none of that. I'm a creative, okay? I don't want to be a doctor. I just really did not know, like, what did I really want to pursue in life, and I'm grateful that it found me. So yeah, that's my career. Now we can talk about relationships and whatever. So growing up, I never really had any kind of like relationships, and I did have like a little high school thingamajigger, but it wasn't like, actually it was like nothing serious. But I, of course, thought I was in love and this is the one and blah 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 blah. This is for you girls in high school. Like, you know, it's possible that you could meet the one in high school, but more than likely you're not going to. So don't put too much pressure on that relationship. Put yourself first, your dreams, all of that. And I know everybody says that and you're like, you don't understand, I'm in love, this is the one. It's not. And if it is the one, then they would be supportive of any kind of aspirations and goals that you're working on to make yourself better and to, you know, reach the highest version of yourself. So if you are finding yourself in a sticky situation and you're like, I have to choose between this guy and the college of my dreams or a job or whatever, take the job. But yeah, in relationships, I am a fall fast kind of girl. I would say my past is, I meet you, chemistry's there, everything's wonderful, we're gonna make it work, like everything is great. Yeah, we're just living in this, you know, universe with like flowers and rainbows, hopeless romantic, and we're like on the beach and everything is amazing. And like, you're the one, like that's very much me. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, that's how I act. Or acted. You know, I gotta be on my grown woman ish now. So yeah, I will go head over heels for these people, not even doing my research to see like, are our lives compatible? Do we want the same things out of life? Like, is this like really somebody that I can grow and build with? And I would just fall fast into situations and they would kind of just combust on themselves. I did have like a long-term relationship in college, and I was like, you know, like very on brand for me. This is the one, we're gonna make it. Like, I don't see anybody else like being with anybody else but this person, which is exactly how I felt with the person before him. So it was like, who gonna tell her? Okay, I think it's time time to add a little bit more, like some tinted moisturizer to warm up the face on the outside in, so it's not giving so much yellow and orangey in the middle, because I really think that my undertones are red. And I'm just gonna add a little highlight. Ooh, I'm gonna have to fix that in a minute. This always gives me anxiety because this thing is so like pigmented. It's just like heavy coverage, so a little really truly goes a long way. So let me fix this. Yeah, so that relationship I started in college, that started to disintegrate when I graduated. This is really bad. Like, I need to take a break and fix this because I'm like scaring myself at this point. Hold on. Okay, I had to step away and fix that because it was like actually scaring me quite a bit. But anyway, so that last relationship that I had in college started to fade out about when I was graduating, and I was basically jobless, no love, back at home trying to figure out like, who am I? I was like, what, maybe like 22 or so. Actually, that next year, me being single ended up being one of like the most fun years that I had, my 20s, because like I was like traveling all the time. I was traveling with my friends. I mean, I would cry at night sometimes for sure, but I was traveling, I was going out, she was outside, and then the following year I ended up moving to California. But throughout that whole time, like I was single between my college relationship and the next relationship I had, like 2017, 2018, like 3 or so years. And I didn't do like anything at all those years until I got to California, and then, you know. So yeah. So moving to California, you know, I started dating again, but it was like very casual. I didn't meet anybody that I was like, okay, this is my man's. But like I would kind of like hang out with people or whatever and just kind of like catch the vibes. And when I got to LA, which I literally got to LA in like January 2020, and I had like maybe 2 or so months of exploring the city and whatever, hanging out with friends, like trying to, you know, build my life in LA. And then COVID happened. I had my first big girl apartment, my friends, I was dating, and like literally everything was just like, so I distracted myself through dating, like, but that was kind of fun because I would literally like, I don't recommend this, but I would like hang out with these men and like play Tame Impala for them, and I'd be like, what is this music saying to you? Like, what is it telling you? And you could tell that they were just there for whatever. I was literally just like entertaining myself with them by like saying like, tell me what the music is saying to you. So thinking about it now, I'm like, anyway, I ended up getting into another relationship towards, when was that? I think that was like 2021. And I feel like that relationship was cool, but like that's what it was. Like, it was cool. It wasn't the story that I know within my heart that is like, okay, this is my love story. So that ended up disintegrating in itself. Actually, I really love this powder. It's from ColourPop. They're a Pretty Fresh line. Got a little smudge. I was living in LA by myself, like I said, so y'all know LA rent is not cheap. By that time, because of COVID and whatever, my job was now like fully remote. So I was paying like hella rent just to like be there, and like I didn't really have a strong reason to like to justify how much I was paying to stay there. And I have goals that I have like personally that I want to achieve. At that point I was like, okay, it's probably in your best interest to take advantage of this stage in your life right now where you have low responsibilities and kind of like, you know, build your life for the future. So that's what I did. And then I have something very exciting coming up because of those decisions. So you guys have to stay tuned because this year is about to be crazy. That is my little stint on relationships. Moral of the story is, instinctively and intuitively, you know what's best for you, and you know when you're settling, you know when something is off. Like, don't betray yourself because you don't want to be lonely. Like, that's the biggest mistake that you could do, is to just betray yourself because you don't want to be lonely. You're gonna regret it, or you're gonna end up stuck in something longer than you should be there, and your detrimental things that can happen when you do that. Like, if you're with the wrong person and they're not like uplifting you, or you're not getting the love you deserve, and then you start to think like, oh, is it me? Like, is this truly what I deserve? Is what this person is giving me? Like, all of those things. And no, the answer is no. This is my little baby brother. He is excited because today the little twists that he has on his head are shaking when he moves his head. Would you like to show them? No. Okay. I tried. So yeah, don't betray yourself in the name of love, because the right kind of love would not make you feel like you are choosing between yourself and them. Just remember that, because I know a lot of people say these cliche things about love and whatever, but they're very true. If something feels off, it is off. You don't need to, you know, gaslight yourself into settling for something less than what you deserve. So that ends the little segment on relationships. So the last thing I kind of want to touch on is mental health, your wellness, all of that, which is super important, okay? This personally affects me in various ways. So I always kind of dealt with like issues of like self-worth and like valuing myself, confidence, all of that. I had to kind of teach myself how to love and see myself as like worthy and like all of these things. I mean, I always thought that I was that girl. Like, I was always like, you know, I deserve this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I would kind of struggle still with like self-love, which is kind of paradoxical, but yeah. Anyway, I just think it's important to have a positive mindset. I met a lot of people that were very positive, and they would just like hold their dreams and whatever they wanted as the North Star, and pretty much ignore any kind of negative situations or whatever around them that were not in line with what they actually believe. So essentially manifesting and positive thinking and prayer and all of that. So that's a huge part of me, and a lot of the things that I've done in life and accomplished, I technically by the books should not have, but I just really believed in myself. There's times my family didn't even believe, like, oh, you think you can go to like New York or California? Like, that's super hard, blah, blah, blah. And I did it all. There's people who was like, oh, you think you can get a 6-figure job? You're so young, whatever. And I did it. And there's people who were like, oh, like, you think you can get a solo apartment when you're only 24? And I did it. So pretty much the world is your oyster, babes. Anything you can really like dream about and you really see yourself having, or you really desire, willing to work towards that, it is attainable. So if you literally got nothing else from this video, that's what I want you to get, is like, yo, I can do this. Listen, I was an immigrant. I didn't get my papers until I was going to college. I have had to work a lot. I mean, I have a great family and they're very supportive, and they really will go out of their way to do anything they can do to support you. But I still had to grind for everything that I have. And if I didn't believe in myself or believe that I deserved to have those things, it would have never happened for me, you know? So that's why I really want to stress the importance of believing in yourself and knowing your worth and not settling for things that you know are not that. Yo, is it me, or like is the blush kind of OD? Like, I like a bright under eye, but this is like kind of doing a lot. But yeah, I have big dreams and I have big expectations, high standards, and I have no apologies for that, to be honest, because I'm gonna give it all to myself and align myself with the people who believe I'm worthy of all of those things, because duh. And the thing is, you can have that same attitude about life as well. So you choose what you want your story to be. You can choose to either be a victim of your circumstances or rise from your challenges, you know? And I don't say that to minimize anybody's struggles in this country, in this world, especially as a person of color, a black woman, as a black woman, the challenges that are gonna come from you stepping up and wanting high value things in your life, wanting great experiences, and just like stepping into a room and owning it, they're gonna be like, who does she think she is? And you won't show them. And whether they want to agree with it or not, that's up to them. They just won't be part of the program. Don't be afraid to move away from crowds or groups that are not conducive to your growth. You know, don't be afraid to make changes. It's literally up to you what kind of life you're gonna have, you know? And I mean, again, there's systemic racism. There's a lot of things that hold people back, that can hold people back. But thankfully, we live in a day and age where we have a lot of accessible information on the internet and whatnot, and you can kind of learn and grow from that. And I still understand that even the internet is a privilege, and there's so many things that keep our communities oppressed, and that's kind of a part of my life work of what I want to do, and really empowering people who don't have that access to be able to have better lives and really enjoy their life experience outside of just living in survivor mode, because I think so many of us do that just because we have no option. If I can tell you something that helps to rise you up, and you can then turn around and rise your friend up, or your sister up, your family up, that's how we all elevate as a community, and we're not stuck in this survivor crabs in a barrel mentality, and we're tearing each other down because we're living in this scarcity mindset that, you know, if I have it or if she has it, that means I can't have it. There is enough for all of us. There is more than enough, but it's just not as easily accessible to some of us than it is to others because of certain systems that are in place. But that's what this generation is here to do. You know, we gonna shake it up a little bit. Almost forgot to add my contour. We need to keep that brown skin popping, okay, hunty? That Caribbean glow, that 5 head. Okay. The 5 head gang, where y'all at? Drop the 5 emoji if you are with the 5 head gang, because same twin. Alright, I think this is enough for today. Okay guys, I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me and getting ready with me. I'm about to go do what I gotta do. If you like this video and you want to vibe out with me some more, I'll definitely be posting weekly this year. Keep me accountable, so if I'm not posting, feel free to come and find me and hunt me down and be like, where's the video, sis? But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to stay on top of it so I can stay consistent and give you guys, you know, these little chats and videos where we can just kind of kick it, you know? But thank you for hanging out with me and getting to know me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.